It's a book I've wanted to do for a long time. And the first book I've done where I'm talking to both children and adults. Because now Arthur's been around long enough for kids who grew up with Arthur and have become parents to share Arthur with their kids. Well, one of the nice things about reaching children and families through television is the fact that you can deal with a lot of subjects that you might not want to do as a picture book. Head lice, for example, is something that many families have to deal with. I know we did when our kids were young. Or trying to explain asthma to a child. And with the benefit of animation, you can go inside Buster's lungs and see what it's like and have him explain what it feels like at the same time. I also think very topical subjects that need to be addressed for kids. We did a public service animated short on racism for kids. I was lucky enough to meet John Lewis at an autographing in Washington, D.C. a few years ago. And I got up my courage and went over to his table and said, "Mr. Lewis, I am a huge fan. You're one of my heroes. And I do this children's show on PBS, and I would love for you to be a guest star and talk to kids about standing up for something that you really believe in." And he agreed, and we did this subsequent spot after he appeared on Arthur about racism for kids and trying to explain it in ways that are accessible and appropriate for that age. The title of the book came pretty easily. The words are in the lyrics of the theme song, which opens the television show. And it's a theme song that we worked really hard on because we wanted it to be something that reflected our goals for the show. But when I started working on the book, it made me remember a moment I had with Fred Rogers in my studio. He came to Hingham, Massachusetts, where we were living for many years, and he wanted to film one of his shows and talk to kids and demystify animation for them. And so we had Michael Yarmush, who was the very first voice of Arthur, join us. And while the crew was setting up, Fred and I had a few minutes to talk quietly. And the first thing he said to me was, "Mark, tell me about your grandma Thora." And honestly, it was as if he reached into my soul, because she probably is the most important adult I had growing up who believed in me wanting to be an artist. She saved all my drawings in her bottom dresser drawer. And I told Fred, I was starting to tear up, actually. And I said, "Fred, you know, she would save like $2 or $3 a week, and she had very little money for me and my sisters for college. And she was just a remarkable woman who took care of one of her siblings and her mom, and just, you know, did it with such grace and elegance." And Fred said, "Oh, she sounds a lot like my grandpa McFeely. He was that one person in my childhood who believed in me." And he said, "You know, Mark, every child needs just one person to believe in them, to make it in the world." And, you know, so the lyrics and the title of the book have special meaning for me. And when I visit schools, I think about how important these teachers are, because for many kids, they are that one person in their life, in their childhood, who is there and who believes in them for many reasons. And so teachers are my heroes. There is nothing better than real life. That's where almost all of my ideas for books and TV shows come from. I think the best things happen in real life. And, you know, we get a chance, I like to step back and let them germinate for a while and see where they will take me, whether it will become a story in a book or a television show. But definitely the best things happen in real life.